Bear saw and a Fat Mac saw. I need these to fix my alternator. Yeah. Look at that. Just found this leaf blower steel sitting on the property, abandoned. I know who it belongs to. My past contractor. Something I forgot to do last year and I'm paying the price. Was treat the concrete with concrete sealer. Yep, so I'm going to have to go buy some right now and leaf blow this. I once had 30 years ago, I had a weed whacker, the most expensive one you could buy from Sears, when Sears used to make good stuff made in USA. It had a back strap and it had a blade on the end, and one day I left it out of a garage I was renting and just forgot it there. Came back and it was gone. I'm going to bring this back to the guy that was doing the work. Yep, you won't even know it's missing till he goes to look for it, and he'll have no clue where he left it. Ford. This is the new V6 Turbo EcoBoost. I wonder how they perform. Brand new. I wonder what the frame looks like on it. Still got to go to the Ford dealership. Huh. Coated in mud. And yeah, it's got a kind of softish coating to it. I wonder if this has been undercoated. I'll have to ask the tenant. He'll tell me. He just bought it. It's pretty brand new almost. Alright, off to work. Alternator upgrade time. I've already unbolted this. Yep. Delco Remy. When GM went to this ball bearing, rear bearing alternator in 86, 87, they thought they were saving weight and cost. In fact, what they were doing was putting a piece of junk under the hood of your Chevy or Pontiac or Buick or whatever else you got with this little mini alternator. I'm not sure what number it is, but it's numbered junk. Ball bearing catches fire, right, Crifts? I've been spraying this one with grease because it was squeaking. So today, what I'm going to do is put on this monster 144 alternator, and I bought it from alternatorparts.com, quick charge. I'll show you the link to their website. Maybe they'll send me some free parts. A few small changes have to be made. You need some mechanical abilities, because this 6.5 or the 350s or 454s, I don't think they ever came with that big alternator. And you've got to do a wiring upgrade some of the time, most of the time. This is the standard cable that goes from the back of the alternator to the battery. And if I had this cable on my Suburban, you've got to put a new lug on the end of this, or change the entire cable, or piggyback a new cable to the battery. Now I've got lots of, where are they now? In this junkyard. I've got lots of battery terminals. Just saw them. Right here. See? You can buy these at Napa for $1 or $2 each. Make your own piggyback wire to double the size, or a brand new one. Then I've got this gizmo that I bought on Evil Bay for $30. And you put it on the ground or clamp it in your vise. And you put the terminal in there. Put the wire inside the terminal. And you hit it with a hammer. And you end up with a beautiful battery terminal. And take a bit of shrink tubing, which I've got over here. Get some proper size shrink tubing with the glue inside, the thick stuff, and you melt it over the end with a hair dryer or a paint remover or a blowtorch, or that's what I made right there. That's a GM end. That's the proper size. This is the size that GM put on in some of the cases. Luckily, I have the bigger end on my alternator to battery. Mine is the bigger size, so I don't have to upgrade. See that big lug there? Is that a 1/4 inch? And That lug goes to the battery, and there's what I have on mine, but I've taped it up, but it's giant sized. So this has to be upgraded. See, I've got one that goes to the alternator there, and I've got one that goes across there to the other battery, then down to the starter. So this wire has to be upgraded to a 4 gauge or a 2 gauge. This is what goes to my computer, and that's what supplies some of the alternator power, the charging power. It's too small, but in my case that just supplies the computer. What charges the battery is this big wire here, brings the power from the alternator. So you got to upgrade that. Drilling it out's not good enough because the wire itself is too small. In my case, mine's good enough. Anyhow, next, the alternator wasn't made to fit this vehicle, so the top is too wide. So you can do one of two things. You can take that bracket off and make your own new bracket that comes out straighter, because the top of the alternator is fatter, and I'll show it to you. Or you can take a hacksaw or a Japanese back cut saw, like one of these right here. This is called a Von Bear saw BS 250D. I thought it was a 2500 HD. And what you can do is you can cut, give me a second here. Whoops, don't want to lose that nut. Last night I made the videos, and then I set the camera on the running board. You know what's coming next, don't you? I set the camera on the running board of the Suburban. I drove around the block to my house, and then I realized, oh my, where's the camera? I ran outside. Luckily I was making all left turns, so I went slowly, and the camera was there when I got back. I'm going to show you what the problem is for my buddies at alternatorparts.com, or I'll show you their website in a minute. See, that's the way the alternator fits. In there somewhere. Uh-oh, my intercooler pipe's in the way. And you gotta move that bracket back. That bracket's gotta come further back. That bracket has to go further back, or you can cut this down. I'm gonna make a new bracket. So I'll deal with this in a minute. One-handed camera is not easy. There's my giant alternator just sitting there. Let's see if I can get that bottom to line up with the bolt in and see if it interferes with my intercooler tube, which it may. Give me a minute.